Good afternoon, guys. So today is Monday, November the 2nd, and we are on lesson 10 today in unit 2 of phonics. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Remember, today we are working on some new things instead of the mix it. I'm going to switch my camera. Make sure you can see it. Okay. So in your journal, you need to open up to page 34 today. We did chaining on page 33 last Friday. Today we're going to do page 34. Make sure you put today's date on the top, 11-2. Okay, and so we're going to work on something called playing box today. All right, so we are going to start today with the sound at. Okay, so I have the sound at. How many sounds do you hear in the sound at? At. I hear two sounds, ah and t, at. Good. All right, so what is the vowel sound in at? It is the ah part of that sound. Ah is the vowel sound. So now we're going to add sp, spl, spl to the beginning of that sound. Spl, at. So what word did we just make? We have splat, splat. What is our new word there? The word is splat. Good. So now I want to add to the end of that word. I want to add the sound So what's my new word? Splat. Splatter. And we have to add that double T there. Splatter. Very good. All right, so I'm going to erase this. We're going to go back to just at. Okay. I want to add ch in front of that word. Okay, so I have at. What is our new chat? Chat is the new word. Good. So now we're going to add the suffix ing to the end of the word. Ing. So we have chat, ing, chat, ing. What is our new word? The word is chatting. Very good. Okay. Our second sound is, we're not going to have at. We're going to replace the t with n. What's that new word? An. How many sounds do you hear in an? I hear two sounds. I hear the an. I hear two sounds. All right. So if I add a d to the end of this, if I add d here, what is my new word? And. It's the word and. Good. Now I want to add st to the beginning. St. Now what do I have? I have st and stand. Stand is the new word. Good. So now I want to add the suffix ing to this word also. So now I have stand ing. Standing. So my new word is standing. Very good. Okay. So we're going to go back to this, just Ann. Okay, we're going to go back to just Ann and add brr at the beginning. Brr. Bran. Bran. The new word is bran. Good. Bran. All right. Now I'm going to add ch to the end. Branch. Branch. What is that new word? The new word is branch. Good. Can you guys think of any other words that we can make with an in it? How about the word can or plan or hand or man or land or sand? Good. Can you guys think of any other words that have an in it? Good job, guys. All right. So now it is time to do our sentences. The first sentence is, Sarah is so glad she can play all day. So the word glad, if we break it apart, glad. The GL, the gl, is our onset, and the add part is the rhyme, glad. But I want to take away the ul sound, and I want to make it say So instead of gul, it's going to say grad, grad. So the new word on the curve is grad, grad. All right, the next one is stoop down to pick up the trash. Stoop, stoop. So the onset part of this word is the st, and the rhyming part is oop, oop. But I don't want the t anymore. I want to take the t sound out, and I now want it to say so oop, oop, oop. So the new word on the curve is scoop. Good, it's scoop. Good job. All right, our next sentence. There was a large crowd watching the basketball game. Crowd, crowd. So our onset is the cur part, and the rhyming is the oud. Crowd. Good. All right, so I want to take out the sound and replace it with ul. Cloud, cloud. What is the new word on the curve? It is cloud, cloud. Good. Our next sentence is, gray clouds filled the sky when the storm started. Storm, storm. The onset part is the st, and the orm is the rhyme. Storm, storm. So we're going to take away the t sound, and we're going to add a w sound. W, swarm, swarm. All right, so the new word on the curve is swarm, like a swarm of bees. All right, and our last word is Sandra went to the store to buy some milk. Store, store. So the onset is the st, and the rhyme is or. St, or. Good. I want to take off the t sound though, and I want it to say snore, snore. The new word on the curve is snore. Some of you might have parents that snore. All right, so our spoonerism for today, this one's difficult. It is hosh your wans. Hosh your wan. Think about it really carefully. What should it be? Hosh your wans. All right, I'm going to show it to you. Remember, we're taking the first letter, the first sound from those words, and flip-flopping them. It should say, wash your hands. Nice job, guys. That one was a little difficult. All right, so our learning targets for today are, I can complete my spelling test. I can read words with the spelling, and I can partner read the story, How the Hedgehog Tricked the Hare. So those are our learning targets for today. What you need to do right now, though, is get out your phonics journal. So we're going to take our spelling test. So I'm going to read a word aloud, use it in a sentence, and then you will pause and make sure you have enough time to write the word and then hit play when you're ready. And then at the end, I'm going to give you a sentence to write. So you need to, hold on, I'm switching my camera. You need to have out your phonics journal. Turn to page 34. Okay, and you have 10 words. So you need to write on the top, spelling test 5. And then number your page 1 through 10, skipping lines in between. And then you still have room on the bottom to write that phrase, that sentence, page 34. If you need to pause the video now to copy this down, please do that, and then hit play when you are ready. Okay, so number 1, remember to do your best, guys. Number 1 is the word smiling. Mom was smiling at the puppy. Smiling. Number 2, racing. They are racing each other home. Racing. Number 3, hoping. He is hoping to win the lottery. Hoping. Number 4, baking. Grandma is baking a cake. Baking. Number 5, inviting. She is inviting friends to her birthday party. Inviting. Number 6, confusing. He thought the math problem was confusing. Number 7, tasting. She was tasting the chocolate. Tasting. Number 8, competing. They were competing in a basketball game. Competing. Number 9, hopping. The frogs were hopping on a log. Hopping. And number 10 is the tricky word, were. What were you doing? Were. Okay, I'm going to go back and say them all one more time. Number 1, smiling. Number 2, racing. Number 3, hoping. Number 4, baking. Number 5, inviting. Number 6, confusing. Number 7, tasting. Number 8, competing. Number 9, hopping. And number 10, were. So down underneath number 10 on the bottom part of the page, you need to write this sentence. The frogs were racing. The frogs were racing. Okay, so we are going to check our work. Remember, if you got something wrong, you're just going to put one line through it and then mark it out with one line and write it correct beside it. Okay, so number 1 was smiling. Oops. Number 2, racing. 3, hoping. 4, baking. 5, inviting. 6, confusing. 7, tasting. 8, competing. 9, hopping. And 10, were. And then your phrase, the frogs were racing. Remember, guys, if you got any of those wrong, just put a line through it and write it correctly. Do not mark it or scribble it. Okay, so when you're done with that, go ahead and put your phonics journal over to the side. Okay, so we are going to talk about our tricky words for today. We have 2 new tricky words for today. And remember that tricky words are words that do not play by the rules. You just have to memorize them. So we're going to learn 2 tricky words today. And the first word is they. They watched football every Sunday. They watch football every Sunday. So what did you think is expected about that word? And what part do you think is tricky? The part that I would expect to sound the correct way is the T and the H together. T and H say, and that's how it starts, this word. They. But the tricky part is the EY because it's pronounced as A instead of E. So that's the tricky part. So this is the word they. The second one is the word their. Their favorite sport is golf. Their. So what do you think is the expected part? And what do you think is tricky? Well, the part that I expected to sound the way that it does is the R. It says and the TH says the, just like we've learned the TH can sound like. So the tricky part is the E and the I in the middle because it is pronounced there. It kind of sounds like a long A sound, not an E at all. So this is the word there. Their favorite sport is golf. All right, so we are going to look at the sound This is a suffix that goes on the end of a word, and it says By itself, the letter R is a spelling for that consonant sound, but the sound can mingle with certain vowels, creating a unique vowel sound like Okay, so let's look on page 10 of the chart. Okay, so it says, remember the letter R is a spelling for a consonant sound, but the sound can mingle with certain vowel sounds. So this is something new. We're not doing red today. We're not doing green. We're going to trace it in the color blue because it is a new sound. It's a new type of sound. It's when you have a letter that blends with a vowel. So let's read some of these words together. We have the word her, verb, term, perfect, cavern, modern, nerve, verse, sister, number, faster. Good. All right, so before we do this, we need to look at our code chart. I thought I put it on here, but I guess I didn't. Our code chart. I'm going to pull it up. Opened up with Cami so we can write on it. Okay, for some reason Cami is not opening anything, so I can't show you the chart right now, but I will definitely show you that tomorrow. What we need to do right now, though, is we're going to look at worksheet 10.2. And it's in Cami. I hope it opens. I don't know if it's gonna. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's because I opened it last night. All right, so what we are going to do, it says, find and circle the word with the ER spelling in each sentence, and on the line, you're gonna write the sentence with the ER spelling. So, where is the word in the first sentence that has the ER spelling? It says, last summer was hot. Which word in that sentence has the part? The word summer. So we're going to circle it and write the word on the line. Okay. Who is that person? Which word in that sentence has the ER spelling? Person. Good job. So we're going to write it on the line. The water is so cold. What word in that sentence has the ER spelling? Good job. The word water. Okay, I'm actually going to erase this and move my screen up so you can see it. All right, the next one, the book is under the bed. What is the ER spelling in that word or in that sentence? It is under. Very nice. And then the last one, my mother's name is Anne. Which word in that sentence has the ER spelling? It's the word mothers. Good. You guys are on fire today. let's go back to our slideshow. And it's time for your favorite part of phonics. It's the wiggle card time. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, your first activity is batter up. Act like you're about to hit a baseball. Batter up. All right, now count to 5 on your fingers. Wave fingers. Pucker your lips. And shiver. Act like you're gonna shiver. Okay, so today we are reading the second part of the story about the hare and the hedgehog. Go ahead and wiggle back to your seat so you can pay attention. If you need to pause and get out some extra wiggles, that's fine, but hit play when you're ready. So we're going to read the second part of our trickster tale, and it's called How the Hedgehog Tricked the Hare. So today we're going to read a continuation of the story, The Hare and the Hedgehog. Let's talk first about who the characters were in the story. Who were our characters? We had the hare, and then we had the male hedgehog and the wife hedgehog, the husband and the wife. And the setting was where? Is outside. They were going to have a race outside. And then the plot was that the hedgehog was tired of hearing the hare brag about how fast he was. So he made a plan to trick the hare. All right, so before we get started, we've been talking about the sound today. And here are some words that you're going to see in your story today. We have the word stern, perfect, powerful, clever, runner, puckered, and outlined. All right, so we're not going to do the partner reading because you obviously can't read with another person. So what I want you to think about is, what is the hedgehog's plan and will it work? Think about what is going to happen in your story today, what you think is going to happen. What's the hedgehog's plan and is it going to work? All right, so now we're going to read the story to discover if what you predicted about the hedgehog's plan is correct. All right, so here is the cover of our book, and here's the table of contents. And if I look for How the Hedgehog Tricked the Hare, it starts on page 44. How the Hedgehog Tricked the Hare. Where was it I left off? Asked Mike's dad. The hedgehog was telling his wife the plan to trick the hare, said Mike. Got it, said his dad. The hedgehog made a map of his plan. He pointed to the map and outlined his plan to trick the hare. The hare and I will race from down by the fence up to the house on the hill, the hedgehog said to his wife. I need you to stand next to the house. Stand in a spot where the hare can't see you. And be on the lookout, my dear. The hedgehog's wife nodded and said, Your map is clear. I will be there. The hedgehog went on. When the hare gets close, you must pop out and shout, There you are! What took you so long? But when you do this, make your voice deep and stern like my voice. The hare can't tell one hedgehog from the other. If you sound like me, he will think you are me, and he will think that he has lost the race. What a clever plan, said his wife. It's perfect. She puckered up and kissed him on one of his cheeks where he had no spikes. The hedgehog handed his wife the map. After his meal, the hedgehog went to the fence. His wife went up to the house on the hill. The hedgehog and the hare lined up. All set, said the hare. All set, said the hedgehog. Run, said the hare. The hare bounded off. He was a fast and powerful runner. In a flash, he ran down the hill, past the well, and to the house. When he got to the top of the hill, there was a hedgehog standing next to the house. It was the hedgehog's wife, but she spoke in a deep, stern voice like a male hedgehog. There you are, she said. What took you so long? The hare was stunned. It can't be, he said. How did you get here so fast? I will race you back to the fence. And so the hare ran back past the well and up the hill until he got back to the fence. And what did he see when he got there? A hedgehog. This time it was the male hedgehog. The hedgehog said, There you are! What took you so long? No, 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 screamed the hare. It can't. Oh, the hare lost his temper. It can't be. I am faster. I will race you back to the house. You can't beat me. So the hare ran back up the hill, past the well, and up to the house. And what did he see when he got there? A hedgehog. This time it was the hedgehog's wife. In a deep, stern voice, she said, There you are! What took you so long? The hare ran to the fence and back 10 times, but it was the same all 10 times. At last, he was so tired out that he fell on the ground next to the male hedgehog. He could not stop huffing and puffing. He frowned and said with a gasp, I feel weak. You are faster and better than me. The hedgehog just smiled. So, was your prediction correct? Did you think that the hedgehog was going to win? I definitely did not predict that he was going to make the hare run back and forth like that. That was unexpected. All right, so let's look at worksheet 10-4. Oh, that's not the right one. Hope it opens. Okay. So the hedgehog made a what to trick the hare? Did he make a plan, a tale, or a race? He made a plan, and that was on page 'Made a map of his plan to trick the hare. That's on page 46. Oh. Where'd it go? I'm having trouble today, guys. The internet's not working right. Oh my gosh. So the internet just completely shut down on its own. Good thing is we only have a couple questions left, so I'll just go ahead and answer them. We'll ask you like this. But you do go through and do page 10.4 today as part of your work. So the first question is, who are the characters in the story? and we have the hare and the two hedgehogs. Okay, and where is the setting of the story? In today's part of the story, it was in Hedgehog's. It was near the hedgehog's house because remember he would run up to the house from the fence past the well. What did the hedgehog tell his wife? Why did the hedgehog tell his wife to use a stern voice? It's so that the hare that she was a male hedgehog and not a female hedgehog. So what happened in the end of the story? So the hare thought that he lost the race to the hedgehog. So at the end of the story, the hare says the hedgehog is faster, but is he really faster? No, he's not really faster because the male hedgehog really didn't do any running at all, did he? All right, and then our last question is, who is the trickster, or who carries out the trickster trick and how? Now, the trickster is definitely the hedgehog because he plays the trick on the hare, and he does that by having his wife help him, and one stands in one place and one stands in the other place, and the poor little hare is just running back and forth thinking that he's seeing the same hedgehog in both places. So our learning targets for today were to complete your spelling test, which you did, to read words with the ER spelling, which we did, and we read the story how the hedgehog tricked the hare. So what you are going to do today is you're going to go to your Google Classroom and go to classwork today. Today is Phonics Week 3, and here it says Monday, Phonics Unit 2, Lesson 10 work, okay? Here is the story of how the hedgehog tricked the hare. It's already on there for you. Here is the worksheet that I want you to work on, okay? We did this one together, but I want you to do it again on your own. And then here's Unit 10.4 where you answer the questions. This is what I was trying to show you when my screen just completely logged itself out somehow. So you're going to do this. Please do not forget to put the page numbers, and it has 2 pages. Make sure you do both pages, okay? All right, so that is actually all that we have for phonics class today. Remember, we do not have class on Tuesday, and we will start the next lesson on the next spelling list on Wednesday. All right, so you guys have a great afternoon, and I will see you later.